It appears that a British TV show, which is suddenly going to be turned into a West End night out, is all set to attack one of our senior members of the British monarchy on this Platinum Jubilee year. But seemingly, this particular person cannot fight back. What I'd like to present is, do you think this is truly fair? Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London today. Nice to see you. Yes, if you're wondering what that statue is behind me, it is of course Mrs Pankhurst, the infamous suffragette who did so much for ladies to get the vote in these modern times. Definitely a lady of girl power. I often go past this statue and think, just imagine what she had to go through to get to this point. So more importantly than ever, it is vital that you use your vote. Let's not forget all those wonderful ladies who did so much in an era where they truly were not a heard voice. Unlike this particular senior member of the British monarchy. All this story really centres on the fact that there's a brand new version on the stage looming this year of the TV hit from the 1980s called Spitting Image. I don't know if you've seen it over in your neck of the woods, but it was funny way back when. Not so sure about the brand new version now because people aren't as recognisable, are they? You know what I mean? When you think about the celebrities back then, you kind of thought, yes, I know who they are. The bigger problem now that the people have with the show here, which is opening in the West End just in late spring, is that they've now decided to turn their full attentions to, of course, the indiscretions of late of our British monarchy. And apparently, according to them, no one is out of limits. Well, apart from one person, but we'll come back to that later. The person that they really want to make the most fun of is, of course, the now disgraced former Duke of York, otherwise known as Prince Andrew. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm all for a good laugh and that sort of stuff. But more importantly, when you think about it, this is the Platinum Jubilee year, and this particular show really does know how to grab headlines. We've seen that with their take on the government, people like Boris, Priti Patel, President Trump. As I say, this time around it's simply not as funny because really the parody is less funny than the reality, if that makes sense. But what's building over here is that while Prince Andrew may be disgraced, they do feel that enough is enough. And when you consider that this is the Platinum Jubilee year of our 96-year-old monarch soon to be, wouldn't it be nice, in fact, if they did something a little bit less curlish? But according to the good sources and the people who are behind this stage version of Spitting Image, they feel that this is what the public want to see. Now, as ever, they're claiming it's going to be all in the best possible taste. Very Kenny Everett, if you remember him. But for me, what I find interesting is they're not going to be going too hard on another, some might say, disgraced royal duo, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Now, according to good sources also, allegedly, this is because, of course, they're very frightened of the fact that the ex-royals may become litigious. After all, they're very litigious, right? Whereas someone like Prince Andrew simply would not want to get involved. After all, he's already had a tremendously difficult year. Like him or not, it's not been an easy ride. And for our gracious Majesty the Queen, one can only imagine that she'd very much like this particular scandal to die down. Seemingly, though, the people of Spitting Image have other ideas. Let's just see exactly how far they dare to go with the former royal known as the Duchess of Sussex in some circles, but over here in England, simply a former actress, Meghan Markle. As ever, when I know more, you'll know more. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.